It should have been an easy, quiet Friday night. After weeks of distance and tension hanging between us, my wife, Jessica, suggested we go out to dinner and talk. Her voice was calm, too controlled, almost practiced. I didn't expect much. For months she'd been cold, distracted, constantly on her phone, constantly working late. Still, a small part of me hoped she wanted to repair what was left of us. I dressed up, made a reservation at her favorite Italian place in Portland, Oregon, and tried to convince myself that maybe, just maybe, we still had something worth fighting for. But the moment she sat across from me, tapping her finger against her wine glass, eyes icy and distant, I knew this wasn't a reconciliation. It felt more like an execution. The waiter had barely poured our drinks when she said my name. Daniel. Steady, emotionless. Then came the blow. I'm leaving you. No hesitation. No wavering. Just blunt truth delivered like a memo. I stared at her, waiting for some glimpse of guilt. But she was empty. Then she added, almost casually, I've met someone else. He makes me feel alive again. A strange calm settled over me. Not rage, not shock, clarity. I set my fork down, leaned back, and asked softly, So this dinner was for closure? She nodded, relieved that I wasn't exploding. I didn't want things to end badly, she murmured. I want us to be civil. Civil, the word cut deeper than anything else. 10 years of marriage reduced to corporate politeness. I studied her. The new hairstyle, unfamiliar perfume, her phone lighting up again and again with messages she pretended not to notice. She was already gone, long before tonight. What's his name? I asked, though I already knew the answer. It doesn't matter, she said too quickly, glancing around as if nervous. I just need to be honest with myself. I gave a faint smile. Honesty is a good place to start, I replied. You might need it in about 2 minutes. Her brow creased. What does that mean? I didn't respond. I simply looked toward the entrance, where a tall man in a gray suit had just walked in. The same face I had seen on her phone 2 weeks earlier. Ryan, her business partner, her late-night project manager, a married father of 2, and my wife's new fresh start. He hadn't seen us yet. He was busy helping a woman out of her coat, a woman I recognized immediately. His wife, Claire. When Jessica turned and spotted them, all the color drained from her face. Ryan froze mid-step, still holding his wife's purse, eyes locked on Jessica in horror. For a moment, the 4 of us just stared. Jessica looked like she had seen death itself. I leaned in, my voice calm. You didn't think I'd invite them, did you? Her eyes snapped to me, wide with disbelief. You what? I took a slow sip of wine. When you started acting differently, I did some digging. Turns out Ryan's wife had her own suspicions. So we thought a little dinner meeting might clear things up. Claire's gaze burned straight through Ryan, equal parts fury and heartbreak. So it's true, she whispered. Ryan's jaw tightened. Claire, please, not here. But she cut him off, her voice rising enough for half the restaurant to hear. You told me the business trips were over. You told me you ended it. The room went silent. Jessica's hand shook as she lifted her napkin, pretending to wipe her mouth, but her panic was plain as day. I leaned back, saying nothing, letting the truth unravel on its own. No yelling. No gloating. Just the quiet satisfaction of watching lies collapse. Finally, Jessica turned to me, trembling. Daniel, I didn't know she'd be here, she whispered. This wasn't supposed to happen. I tilted my head. You mean getting caught wasn't supposed to happen? I said softly. But it always does. Lies have terrible timing. Ryan reached for Claire's arm, but she pushed him away, tears streaking her cheeks. You can have him, she spat at Jessica. He's yours. Good luck. He's been cheating on me for years. As chaos swallowed the table, I stood, placed my napkin down, and set a few bills beside the plates. Jessica reached for me, her voice cracking. Daniel, please wait. I stopped, looked at her one last time, and said, You ended this marriage the moment you decided I wasn't enough. I just made sure you said it out loud. Then I walked away, leaving her and Ryan in the ruins they built. Later that night, Claire called me. I needed to see it with my own eyes, she said quietly. I never would have believed it otherwise. We talked for nearly an hour. 2 people bleeding from the same wound, finding a strange sense of comfort in the shared pain. No romance. No expectations. Just understanding. The next morning, Jessica showed up at our home in Salem, Oregon, eyes swollen, makeup smudged. I'm sorry, she sobbed. It's over with him. I was stupid, and I lost everything. I shook my head. You didn't lose everything. You handed it away. She begged for another chance, but my answer stayed firm. You said you wanted to be honest with yourself. So stay honest. This is who you are now. Then I closed the door. In the months that followed, I rebuilt my life one piece at a time. I sold the house, took a new job, started traveling again. I heard Ryan's marriage fell apart completely, and his career tanked after Claire filed an HR complaint. Jessica moved into a small apartment alone in Eugene, Oregon. Her freedom tasted a lot like regret. Sometimes I think back to that dinner, specifically the moment she froze when the door opened and the truth walked in behind her. She thought she was leaving me for love. Instead, she stepped straight into the wreckage of her own lies.